It is your rightful heritage, your birthright, to have anything that you desire without limit. The next requirement is something I call your nourishment or reserve. Very few people are really capable of sustained effort, and that's the reason why we have comparatively few outstanding successes. You have learned that your great power lies not on the surface, but deep within your being, in your inner mind. Average people live on the surface, unaware of their great inner power. They place what little faith they have in the outer mind, and they are governed by its false reports. As a result, they are constantly in a turmoil of confusion, strife, and strain until they succumb, discouraged and disheartened, broken in health and spirit. Why is this so? Why is it such a common belief that people who accumulate wealth have to pay dearly for it with their health and vitality? Because, as I have told you, when they focus their efforts upon a given objective, they automatically transfer a portion of their vital life force to it. This is all very well and necessary, but if they continue this practice without replenishing that life force, without nourishing themselves, they become drained, and the results are always some kind of trouble. It is your rightful heritage, your birthright, to have anything that you desire without limit. Those things that you desire were put here for you to use and enjoy. If not, why are they here? And since only you can be conscious of your own individual desires, those things were placed here specifically for you. Yes, you can have riches and position and health and happiness as well when you know the law of your being and cooperate with it. I have no patience with those who say that poverty is a blessing. Poverty is the greatest curse on earth. Those who preach such a doctrine are untrue to themselves, for at the same time they are preaching the blessings of poverty, the desire for the good things of life is gnawing at their hearts. Each individual that is given the fundamental principles of the law will work it out somewhat differently, according to his or her own particular inherent nature. I have purposely avoided referring to my method so that you might have your own freedom of interpretation and freedom to make your own decisions. But I want to give you a hint of how I work, though I have to advise you not to let this influence or change you in your particular method. You cannot attain mastery by patterning yourself after another or by following custom or tradition. Sheep and plotters do that. Masters and leaders never do. A painting would be a dull, uninteresting thing if the artist, in featuring a great oak tree, failed to include its natural surroundings of grass, brush, flowers, leaves, and possibly sky and clouds. The artist creates a faithful reproduction of nature. Our methods are similar. While he places his picture upon a canvas, I place mine within. He places the oak upon a canvas and gives it its natural surroundings. I do the same. To bring his picture forth, he concentrates upon it to the exclusion of all else that would tend to draw him away from his purpose. So do I. At times, something in the external world suggested the picture to him. At other times, inspiration suggests it. It is the same with me. 100 things in a day may come up to distract him and attempt to draw him away, but his picture is of paramount importance. He does not resist those distractions, but gives them their due attention and returns to the picture. Just so with me. When his picture is completed, he begins another. I do too. For I am never consciously, mentally inactive. Inactivity is retrogression. Here's a concrete example. If I desire the presence of my assistant at this moment, I see him before me in the picture of my mind, surrounded by what is within my vision here. Soon after, the image outpictures. Were I to desire wealth, I would surround that picture with everything I instinctively feel would accompany that wealth. All the conditions and possessions that I would naturally want to include, if necessary. If necessary, I would get my suggestions from the out-picturing or externalized picture of another's success. I would go about my duties as usual. It matters little what I appear to be doing in the outer world. It matters a great deal what I am doing within. If I were a beginner and desired, for instance, a new automobile or home, I would select a picture closely resembling the one I desired from a magazine and place it where I would see it frequently. This holds the outer mind in line and hastens the out-picturing of my idea. Chapter 14. These powerful words automatically help you to discover and meet your needs. They act upon your outer and inner mind very much like the nutrients in your food act upon your body. Now you are ready for a simple but very effective exercise. I will give you a list of powerful words that not only tend to keep the life force nourished, but will give you all the strength you need for doing the internal work necessary to create what you want in life. Here's my list. You can certainly add to it if you wish. Concentration, charity, peace, non-resistance, poise, justice, harmony, consideration, goodwill, freedom, honesty, guidance, wisdom, activity, kindness, generosity, understanding, vitality, inspiration, compassion, humility, power, intelligence, serenity, decision, love, memory, tolerance, sympathy, gentleness, law, creativity, grace, life, faith, youth, confidence, courtesy, abundance, success, merit, happiness, spirit, alertness, health, resourcefulness, unity, persistence, strength, purpose, sincerity, achievement, energy, mastery, capability. After a day's activity, when your ordinary duties and affairs have depleted your life force a bit, it is a good idea to set aside half an hour, or an hour if possible, each evening when you can be alone and undisturbed in the quiet and stillness of your own being. Select words from the list that seem appropriate to your needs at the moment, or simply begin with the first word and move down the list at your own pace. Firmly impress your being with each word, at the same time interpreting its meaning and noticing its effect upon you. Not necessarily in the terms of its generally accepted meaning, but strictly as it appeals to you. I repeatedly stress the fact that you are the I, the power in your world, and that you are to stand on your own 2 feet firmly and live it. Not necessarily display it, but live it. I don't advise, however, that you use the declaration, I am, in connection with the words in this list unless you are in a positive frame of mind at the time, unless you have full conviction of what you are repeating. For example, if you declare, I am power, you lay the inner mind open to attack from the outer in the form of denial or doubt. But if you repeat only the words on the list, such as simply saying, power, to yourself, the words do not have the nature of a declaration, and the outer mind is not as likely to deny or doubt. To get into the right attitude during this practice, try to at least momentarily keep your thoughts off your body and off external affairs and things. This automatically places you in the ideal mood. Of course, the outer mind will wander and bring up hundreds of things, hundreds of times, but like the automobile that I mentioned straying off course, bring it back and back again, each time setting it on the right road. This tendency of the outer mind to wander will gradually decrease during these periods, and you will soon find yourself become a master of concentration. There should be no strain, striving, anxiety, or concern connected with this practice. Devote each evening to it unless otherwise taken up by occasional business, social, or family duties. Allow these words to sink in and penetrate in your being, and like drops of pure water entering a vessel of impure water, the non-essentials are forced out, drop by drop, and eventually the essentials remain. These powerful words automatically help you to discover and meet your needs. They act upon your outer and inner mind very much like the nutrients in your food act upon your body. Don't look for results from this practice any more than you look for results from what you eat every day. Practice this meditation every evening as regularly as you can, and then forget about the exercise until the next evening. The words will be doing their work below the surface, unknown to you, and their effects will soon show forth in you and in your affairs.